Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, as the title suggests, why Summer Newman needs to be recasted on The Young and Restless. Now, full disclosure, I had an entirely different title. But of course, you know me, you know my name is Petty Betty. And if you go to Carice's channel, you know exactly why. And I'm not even going to sit there and try to be subtle about it. Okay, you go to Carice's channel, you know exactly why I actually said that. Because, just because. Now we're going to sit there and talk about all the soaps. You know how we do. Um, Roll call, get this started. Amy's in the chat. How you doing tonight? GH fan is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Susan R is in the chat. How you doing tonight? It's good to see you again. Blackmon, aka Mr. GQ, is in the chat. How are you doing? I hope all is well. You know, just to let people know, if they were smart, they would try to get Hunter back to play. Oh, okay. So you know. Okay, so you know about why now. Okay, that's what's up. Queen of the South, how's the lovely Queen doing tonight? Um, let me just have a little bit. Now, see, I call him Blackmon. Okay, the other guy, Jabot, he calls him George Black. He's so damn formal. So I call him Blackmon because that's our thing. That's why I call him Blackmon. I don't know which color. I'm doing good, Blackmon. I survived today. Ronnie Ron, how is my Jester doing? As well. Of course, Queen, of course. You are the lovely Queen, so you know I gotta sit there and check on you, making sure everything is good and on point with you. Where is my music? Ryan says, I don't know that much, but I know that Hunter was nominated for several Emmys where she played Summer, so I'm assuming she did a great job in the role. Okay. Susan is good to see you again. Seriously, you've been missed. Big Nate, how are you doing tonight, Nate? All right, all right. They were actually pretty decent. Autumn, how are you? Okay, Autumn, how you doing? What Nina did was incredibly idiotic because Drew could just expose the fact that him and Nina were hooking up behind Willow's back, and Portia should just tell Curtis the truth. Yeah, Portia ain't getting away with shit. Portia Delulu. Mikal, you're another one. How have you been? Good to see you. Oh, what else my music at? It's good to see Mikal. Hope all is well with you. Where is my music? All right. So yes, I'm going to go to the Nethermost this week. Oh yes, Autumn. Yes, I'm gonna try to see it Saturday. I'm gonna try to see it on Saturday, but it's definitely gonna be seen. So I'm so looking forward to that. Ryan says, Ryan says, I'm not a Drew fan, as you know, but I think that Nina may have gone too far with this plan. Drugging someone is way below the belt. I want Drew to go down, but not this way. Listen, I mean, going back to that bar, it's the congressman's drink. You would think that they would handle that. I mean, they should handle every drink with care and make sure nobody is spiking someone's drink. Like, what the? Ron says, what's your thoughts on Kat and Felicity? Um, I don't really have any thoughts on them. They were just there. Like, I I don't have any. I don't have any thoughts on them. I mean, I didn't enjoy the scene. I didn't hate it. They were just there. Mikhail said, I saw your video about Summer leaving YNR. Thanks for keeping me in the loop. Oh, of course, Mikhail. It's good to see you also. When I was on, I saw it on Twitter because I follow her, and I was like, oh, so I had to sit there and put out a video. It was a good thing that Beyond the Gates wasn't on, so I was able to actually post it right away. Yes, Autumn, that's gonna be a fun movie, and I am off this Saturday. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a very good day. Um, yeah, Narika, no, thank you for watching. Ariano, how you doing tonight? No, I like her better as Phyllis. It's so weird because I saw her play Nina, and then when Cynthia Watchos came through, I was like, I don't know if I could sit down like her, and she killed it. And then I realized like Michelle Stafford, she was playing Phyllis. She was not playing Nina. She was playing Phyllis. That's my thing. She was playing Phyllis the entire time. Because I watch Y&R, so I'm like, she's playing the exact same character. I am actually well, Ariana. I actually had a good day, and I survived. Trust me, that the night before, oof, I probably should have went to bed a lot earlier. That is correct, Queen. I double checked to make sure. I was surprised it wasn't on today, but yeah. But I had to wake up at 3:45 in the morning, so I went to bed way too late. So I would not be doing that shit again. Autumn says, Albert White is Brooke still trying to get back with her so-called Dusty Destiny after Ridge has repeatedly told her and Eric that he made his commitment to Taylor. Brooke just needs to stop and move on. Yeah, exactly. Yes, Autumn. Listen, I always sit there and say, don't be a Brooke. Like, ladies, I'm like, I'm telling you, ladies, if you get nothing out of anything that I sit there and say, do not be a Brooke. What's good, Francis? I don't think it went too far, Ryan. I don't. Um, no, no. Like, I think that Franco's plan went too far, because it led to what it led to with Michael, you know. Even though that wasn't his intentions, it still was too far. That, nah, not really. They didn't kill him or anything. Miko says, I love watching your videos. Obviously, you have no idea how much you keep me caught up. I work 2 weeks, so thank you. Thank you, Miko. No, I appreciate you know me, I love doing these videos and catching people up on stuff or whatever's going on. I love doing it. So, no matter what kind of day I'm having, I come home, I do it, and it's fun. So I appreciate you being here. Monique, how you doing tonight? Good to see you. Well, the thing is, Ryan, see, but the thing is, I'm not okay. I've talked about Drew before. See, this is the thing, Ryan, and this is I'm going to start drinking in a minute. This is the thing. When I talk about Drew, no one listens. See, my whole thing is, Ryan, I feel like you catch the videos, you only catch certain parts when I'm talking about Drew in a positive way. When I sit there and oh, is season 2's out, Monique? No, 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 no. But I'm just saying, Ryan, when I do talk about, because you said that I go soft on Drew, but the thing is, I've called out Drew before. My thing is, I don't call out Drew the way people want me to call out Drew, but I call out Drew just like I called out Willow today. But see, that's the thing though. People people listen with their emotions. So if I don't go as hard as people want me to go, then they think I'm not going hard. And I think that's the what's good, Amber? That's the disconnect. Are you watching the first season? Okay. I'm watching You on Netflix, the last season. Princess is so shocked Allison's leaving. How are they going to write her off? I don't know if they are going to write her off. I don't know why they need to actually write her off though. They should. They should, Francis. It is a swanky establishment. What I mean is that you don't just. Yeah, I don't dislike Drew Ryan, but the thing is, even when here's the thing, Ryan. I've went at Jason hard, and I like Jason, but I've went at Jason hard though. So whether I like a character or not, I will call out every character. Now, y'all can sit there and decide on the degrees and the level I will sit there and go at somebody, but I do go at people. So why do you think that the character of Summer needs to be rested? Needs to be rested for a time being. Oh, okay. Monique says that should be a life lesson. Never take a drink from someone you don't see making it in front of you. Okay. Yeah. Oh no. Exact. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Ariana. No one is spared the rod. No one is spared the rod. That's not. Yeah, my mind doesn't work that way, Ryan. If somebody screws over a character I like, I don't necessarily just start to hate them or anything like that. No. Nope. 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 There we go. But yes, like Ariana says, no one is spared the rod, and that's across the board. All five of the soap operas that I watch, including Hollyoaks, which at some point I got to sit there and start reviewing. My gorgeous queen cat lady, F that right, ain't nobody scared. That's right. My goddess, wifey's in the chat. I don't even remember that. What do you mean? Did you like the ending of the episode or did I like the end of the episode? I don't even remember the end of the episode to be honest. Oh, um, I feel like it's a fake out with Johnny. I feel like it's a fake out of Johnny. So I didn't hate it, but I know it's a fake out. Sports. I have no idea. I know that they're showing the sports games. So I think the soccer games. Well, yes, Ryan, yes, but I don't know. I take it a little bit differently than you. It depends on the circumstance. It depends on the circumstance. So we can agree to disagree on that. But yeah, it's FIFA, some sports game, and Ariana and Queen says hi, cat lady, along with Ronnie Ron. Yes, I thought it was just it's a fake. It's a fake. Um, I will sit there and say that, like, listen, maybe Tate and Sophia need to sit there and put on their adult pants and raise their child. What's good, Sean? Hmm, maybe days. I don't see her on GH, but maybe days, though. Maybe days, Sean. What's good, Dolomedics? Lauren says, I have to agree with you that Amy might tell her daughter that she and Tate just raised. Yeah, um, I mean, big boy and big girl parents. One thing says maybe Drew has been that way all along. Alcohol and blank give you that boost to really. I'm just Queen Janet shock and maybe Hunter will return. Jan says Drew like or hate. Yeah, no, Cameron kills it. Cameron kills it. Cameron kills it. Let's keep it real. I like Cameron. What's good? Ego no shocker that Johnny is the blank. He has been acting strange since he found out. Or is he the shooter though? Or is he the shooter? See, the thing is, all they showed him was the pew pew. That's it. It's funny, Janet. So I think it was, like I said yesterday, it was you, Nikisha, um, and Tommy that missed Beyond the Gates. I don't know, maybe because I reviewed the shows that I was kind of cool with it not being. I was kind of cool with it not being on. Hey, I'm gonna be honest. I was actually cool with it not being on. But why would they? But why would they interact though? Why would they need to interact? So Aaron says to provoke so much emotion out of people says that Cameron is doing his job. Yes, I agree. Thank you, Francis. Yes, make sure you hit that like button because it really does actually help. Um, shit, I gotta hit the like button. I gotta hit the like button too. So yeah, we got 11 likes. We got 27 people in the chat. So make sure you do hit the like button because it does help. Ron says, I love how in your review you have no empathy for Willow. I have no compassion for her. I just look at what she does as hypocritical. As I said, she's like, "Oh, I never thought that Drew would do this to me." And Michael probably said the same thing to her. Yes, cheers. What do you mean? Don't? What do you mean they're getting rid of the character? I know that. I know that the actress is leaving. I know that the actress is leaving. Like, what do you mean they're getting rid of the character? What happened to Chance now? I have no idea. I didn't see anything posted on his Instagram or Twitter, but I don't follow him. So if you come back tomorrow, I may have some answers for you. I'll look into it. Yeah, I'll look into it though. Ariana says, I'm sure both Chase and Michael felt the same way about Willa after she treated them like a toilet. Yep, like a goddamn toilet seat. Yes, yes. That's literally what she did. Thank you. For 13. They said they weren't planning on any recast. Oh wow. Wow. Um they have similar qualities. Yeah, they have similar qualities. They both can be bullies. They both love and want to protect their family. They both have done some pretty bad stuff. You know, they both have been anti the anti villains. What do you call it? Anti villains? Yes, yes. I would sit there and say that. Thank you for letting me know, Francis. They're both for says that people pretend are still. I love it. Dolomedic says they are both senior citizens that people pretend are still young and vibrant. Ben special drink. I do kind of miss Michael Eastwood. I think that's his name, Michael Easton, um, on GH. Hmm. You know, yeah, Francis. I said something Ryan yesterday, and it's probably a good thing that you weren't here. But I'm not gonna sit there and say it to trigger you. But I will sit there and say, don't watch. Well, I don't know if you watched my review yesterday, but what the hell's my goddamn? I saw like an old short. Emily, the actress who plays Summers, leaving. Yep, May 2nd. That is correct. May 2nd, Friday, I think. That's so messed up. That, that was short notice, right? Yeah. Um. It's definitely short notice. Hella short notice. Took this all for some maybe earlier someone was tired of it. I mean, who knows? But the thing is that she's needed. I mean, we can sit there and speculate for days, but we'll truly never know. Though. Domex says, how would you feel about the actor who played Trip on Days being a potential Michael recast? It wouldn't work for me because I'm used to him being Trip. So I think it's a little hard to sit there. And see, Domex, that's the downside. And unfortunately that's the downside of um watching all the soaps. Is that when you watch all the soaps, you have a mental image of who they are. Like I think somebody said no, it was Jonathan that said Evan Fears could play Michael, and I don't think that that's bad, but like for me, it's in my head, you know. Yeah, that's kind of if I didn't watch Days of Our Lives, then I could sit there and see it. Ron says, "Do you think Marlene should throw?" No, I don't. I know, Ron. I don't think that Marlene should throw Bella out the house. No, I don't. Michael has some interesting candidates. What's good, Taiwan? I can't wait till Sunday. We're going to show on the business team for. I don't know what that means, but oh, but you did actually remind me about something. Ryan says Sonny and Victor both claim to be family men, but are horrible to their families, and everyone is supposed to get over it while they have no remorse. I think it's as simple as that, but okay. John Mark says I have heard you, but I usually find myself getting over at the female over being completely against law right as Carla because I've watched her for years as Cassie on Guiding Light. Yeah. Um no, I get that. And it might work, it might not work. But I mean initially I don't know if I would go for it. And see, and this is the problem. I'm gonna be completely honest. I think that Chad Duell is a decent actor. I think he just landed in the role of Michael, so it's like we can't unsee that. You know, I think he plays a hell of a good Michael. I do, but it's it's weird because it's like for me personally, the bar is not set that high. It's not to sit there and say he's not a good actor and he plays the role of Michael well because he does, but like they can get, they can get the guy Trip or Evan or um, I don't know whoever. I'm cool with it, but it just wouldn't work for me. You know what's funny, Ryan? Yeah, you said that. You know what's funny? Nikisha said the same thing. I think it was Nikisha that said the exact same thing. What's good, Double C? It's good to have you tonight. Hope all is well with you. Oh, but yes, I'll sit there and say this again because I'm gonna be saying it all week. I mean, yeah, but I think too much time has already passed by then. So, I mean, in all reality, it's like it is what it is, you know? I don't think he should be getting one. I mean, at this point, it is what it is. You know, you're either going to sit there and take back the man or you're going to sit there and be pissy about, the whole Nixon Falls thing, which was kind of a couple of years ago. I don't know. I think at this point, it's like the time has already passed and they're either going to sit there and forgive and move on or they're going to sit there and be mad and we'll be on that. What's good, Gloria? How you doing? Oh, salt dirt. Okay, that's what's up, double C. Dominik says for me, it has to do with how iconic the characters for me. I think recast work when the character has life change, teen to adult, or becoming parents or something. You think so, Albert? You want Belle to risk her career as she's currently getting involved with the corrupt? I mean, at the end of the day, Ron is her choice. She says she loves the guy. She wants to be with him. Life is too short to sit there and be overthinking things sometimes. So she knows what she's getting into, and if she risks her career for that, then that's on her. But she also accused herself from the case. So I don't see how she's actually risking her career if she's not even like if she's not trying. Um, if she's not trying, EJ, how is she going to risk her career? I get what you're saying, Ryan, but like I said, I mean, this is where we can agree to disagree because too much time has passed. It is what it is at this point. You know, I don't believe in holding grudges for long extended periods of times and then waiting for him to apologize. It's like, no, it's been true. We ain't doing that. Double she says if they recast Summer, I hope the actress. Yeah, of course, yes. Well, if you say so, Ron, I disagree, but it is what it is. Did uh, I no, well, I finished like I said, I finished the episode where Frankie practically stole money from everyone to go get Spice. So I finished that episode. I'm gonna catch up to it though. I think that's the thing that's just so cool about that show is that you can catch up like that, right? Which is good because oof. It is weird though, Max. There's times I'll sit there and be coming back and like, I don't know if I'm gonna sit there and watch it. But then like one bus ride and I'm like caught up to it. Or at least I'm not falling too far behind. I found out today that yes, oh shit, May 2nd. Yo, I just damn. I think okay. I like to sit there and think that she told the producers ahead of time. I like to think that because that's this Friday. What am I on, Ronnie Ron? I'm on Moscato, Ron. What are you on? Dumbass says they do a weekend ambiance episode that's an hour. Yes. Yeah, no, I've seen it before. Uh, I think yeah. No, that's another way I could definitely catch up. The thing is, Saturdays I usually try to watch Y&R. I don't know. I do want to catch up at some point, but I'm just happy that I'm not too far behind. Because usually Saturdays like this, I think I might actually be able to catch up after I see after I go to the movies. So I may actually do that. I may actually do that this weekend. Callie, you stop it. Being a bad girl. Yes, episode focus on Joe. Oh, I mean that weird, creepy Tommy fella, right? Dolmedics? What are you being sassy for? What are you being sassy for? You know I love you, girl. Lisa says I'm going to miss Allison as Summer Newman. I wonder who will recast it. She is, and that's what Dolmex and Smith is saying is that they're not going to. Okay, Ryan, I've kind of moved on from that. Um, but yeah, Lisa, Dolmex said that they're not going to, and it's weird because, like you said, they're in the middle of. Yeah, the cliffhanger for this week was pretty decent. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. By myself. No, I'm going. No, I'm going to the movies by myself. I want to catch the early show. Yeah, love. I'm not going nowhere and stuff by myself. So listen, Soldier will sit there and catch you up though. Soldier will sit there and catch you up. She's pretty decent. Maybe one day I might sit there and get her on the stream or do a collab with her. I can't wait to do another collab with my lovely cat lady though. Cat lady, you're the only woman for me. You know that. That's why you're my wife. Film access CBS daytime is notorious for keeping info to themselves, so they may decide to recast and not reveal until the last minute. Okay. And that comes for you, Francis. Like I said, my love, it's all about you. But yeah, did anyone actually watch The Bold and the Beautiful today? And if so, what did you think about Katie? Um, by the way, can y'all hear the AC? Oh, that's something else I want to sit there and know if y'all can hear the AC. Yo, that was my whole thing, though, man. Because I was like, bro, on part of me looks at that. I'm like, don't you have like business to attend to? Like the phrase "mind your goddamn business" comes up. But I understand with Carter, they're good friends or whatever, and she did sit there and overhear her doing nefarious shit. Okay, thank you, Ariana, and thank you, Francis. Thank you, Queen of the South. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Double C. And Cat Lady, I appreciate that. Thank you. The only time I'm gonna sit there and get up, the only time I'm gonna sit there and get annoyed with Katie is if she's sitting there trying to stop Daphne from being with Carter because of Hope. That's the only thing that like if she started doing that shit, I'm gonna sit there and drop the goddamn hammer on her. That makes sense, Sean. I mean, I think he has other things going on. The actor has other things going on and stuff, you know. So it makes sense that he's not always on there. I saw her on. She was on One Life to Live as I forgot her name, but she was on One Life to Live as well. Domex says I didn't watch the whole episode being big because they barely anything on, but I thought it was interesting. Yeah. Well, like I said, if she tries to stop Daphne from getting with Carter because of Hope, I'm gonna be like, yo, listen, you don't lost your goddamn mind. Oh, Kelly Kramer, thank you. I knew it was Kramer. I knew the last name was Kramer or something. Thank you, Ryan. Um, and then of course you got Brooke. Brooke, yo, this it's the way that they write these women on Bold and Beautiful. Like they write them so weak and they undermine them. And like Ariana says, Katie doesn't have a life. She needs to be nosy. She needs to be nosy. Exactly. Yes, Ariana. Just like with the whole Poppy situation. Yes, Poppy ultimately turned out to be, not a good person, and Luna also turned out to be not a good person. But Katie didn't know that at the time. Katie was sitting there coming across jealous as hell. I was like, yo, hey, listen, Dog Medics, I ain't, Double C, that as long as that shit cools up your room, that's all that matters. Dominic's just not a Daphne fan, but I like how she gave Katie that mind your business. Yeah, exactly. As she should, she checked her ass. She checked her ass like, yo, listen, I'm not gonna apologize for me helping out a friend. Ron says, why does Summer need to be recasted? Because she's a headache and she needs to be on the show. She needs to cause that conflict between her and Claire and what you call it and Kyle. See, my whole thing is like I didn't see her as Victoria Newman. Right, my gorgeous queen is being the bad kitty tonight. How Eric and Brooke ish. You know, Eric, like I said, he came across as a scumbag. If we're gonna be honest, like you guys sit there and but he was giving some facts there. He was like, "Yo, listen, you overreacted with Brooke. You made a mistake, and it sounds as though he it's like he keeps like this saying, well, I made a commitment to her and she's special to me. It's like, bro, why does it seem like you're trying to like talk yourself into being with her or staying with her out of an obligation? I didn't even say anything. Yeah, I love you too. Susan says, I hope they recast Summer so we get Tara going to General City for her son. I gotta sit there and find an old clip of this chick Tara who's still in jail. Ron says, hey, cat lady, are you sure that Aubrey and you are not in a secret relationship? Listen, there will be no secret relationship. I will tell the whole goddamn world. There ain't no secret shit. Broken heart syndrome, yes. Oh, that's coming out, right? When is that coming out? Ryan. I never used to care about that stuff until I started doing the whole YouTube thing. And yeah, exactly. And yet Taylor wants to sit there and still be rich. and Brooke is just acting like, okay. Well, if you know, Ryan, when you know, let me know, okay? I always love, you know. Hmm. Don't know, secret was secret. Meowber is a Blair and Todd. The Victor and Nikki and the Sunder and Carly out of the chat. Yes. I will sit there and say that shit loud and proud. Play that. Exactly, Ariana. So when it's funny because when Dollar Bill was knit there going at Liam, calling him a waffler, it was great. It was great. I loved it. It was absolutely great. What's good, Samuel? Hope all is well with you. So yeah, Allison, well, she's leaving the show, and I think they should recast her. I strongly feel they should recast her. Yes, indeedy. We loved it as well. Ron says, but next week I hope it's back to Luna and Sheila. They are the ones that make things interesting. I know how much you love Sheila, and well, now you like Luna. Yeah, I found out today earlier. Yeah, a lot of people. Is Hunter okay? Is Hunter King the first um summer? Not the one that's that. Ryan says I looked it up and they're doing it later this year. Apparently the nominees won't come out until late June. At the earliest, and the show won't be until October. Oh, she's the first one. Okay, thank you, Ryan. And Cat Lady saying hi to you. Hi to you. You know my sassy queen loves to be sassy and sexy. Um, Now Sammy says no, it was actually the girl that played Claire. Yeah, it's funny, Francis. I was going to sit there and put that as oh, she played a teenage. Okay, she played a teenage summer. Thank you, Lisa. You know, Francis, I was actually going to put that as my title. I switched it around, though, Francis, at the last minute, because I want to be petty to Kyrie. I want to be petty to Kyrie, so I switched the title at like the last couple of minutes. I saw the title in the thumbnail, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna sit there and be petty Betty. Yeah, petty Betty's fun. One says Ava and Phyllis Summers share a daughter. Well, make sure you say it in Kyria's stream tonight, okay? I want you to say the exact same thing in Kyria's stream, okay? I think that'll be pretty awesome. Okay, good, thank you. Cat Lady said the Victor poison cold. Ooh, okay, hold on. I think that's a good one. Let me screenshot that shit. Hold on. Yeah, Lisa. I mean, they just, just got, she just got her father back and everything like that. I think that'd be pretty messed up. But no, it's not needed. Cat Lady knows I love her. She's just being sassy and cute. She knows I love her. But yeah, yeah. The thing is, Lisa, I knew something was wrong the first time he kept calling. Because like that wasn't that like it was definitely going to lead to something. Let's, I mean, come on, Lisa. Let's be real. Let's think about how they've been using Cole. Jordan comes back, and Cole wasn't there. Cole didn't get a call or anything like that. Like it's we don't see him that often, and he definitely should have been back there again. I don't know what he was doing, but with Days, well, I don't know if anyone is anyone watching Days. Damn, Ron, you are a terrible wingman. See, Black on. I mean, he may be the chat's jester, but he is a terrible wingman. You need to work on that shit, bro. What's the matter with you? Yeah, I'm wondering if anyone. Oh, yeah, well, maybe I'll see his window. Yeah, it's a very stylish and elegant window. What's your point? What's your point? But yeah, I wonder if anyone actually saw Days. Maybe crazy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She definitely doing too much. She definitely doing too much. And they're just being so damn extra about it. Like I said, I'm like, yo, y'all, if y'all, even the first time if they really want to sit there and get a baby, they're acting like they can't just go through an adoption agency. Well, it's going to be on a wait list and it could be forever. Okay, well, then they'll give you more time to prepare for the baby to come. Like, seriously, I just, even when Pauline was like, yo, you know how awkward that shit was when, that whole thing happened with you and Lonnie and stuff like that? Like, come on. Like, it literally went in one ear and out the other with that chick. I don't personally think that Johnny shot EJ if we're gonna be I mean EJ if we're gonna be honest. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. Listen, it's hard. It can be kind of difficult some of that keeping up with the soaps. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's why some people don't watch all the soaps and they watch some of the soaps. They'll pick like maybe one or two the most, and then they'll sit there and do that. Ryan says, I don't think Johnny has it in him to shoot EJ. He's better than that. Yeah. I mean, I see him being angry and upset and everything like that. Don't, well, don't get it twisted. But Ron says, I'm not your wingman. I'm telling you as it is. You need to stop your waffling ways because you want cat lady, then you still want Candace Mack. You can't have them both. Just be content with one woman. Oh, you're right, Ron. My bad. You just okay. I don't need to keep this up. You just keeping it real. Tomax says Chanel is supposed to be a pansexual version of Whitney Gilbert from a different world. She's supposed to have some spice to her character, not baby crazy. The thing is, Dog Max, remember when she first came into town? I think they gave her too much spice. They gave her way too much spice. Like her scenes was unwatchable when it was. I know, Cat Lady, he's keeping it real with her, laying down the law. But yeah, she was that chick was. I mean, I don't blame her. I blame the way that they wrote her, but they wrote her so over the top. It's like maybe now they kind of pulled it back a lot, and so she. I feel like in a sense she's kind of just thinking about what she wants. Watch it. She was sitting there making sure that Paulina didn't dismiss. She said that she made sure that Paula didn't dismiss Johnny's feelings, but she's doing the exact same shit though. Yeah, Ryan. She's pretty much like a kid version of her mother, and her mother is a piece of work to sit there and put it like. But her mother does also remind me of like a young Sharon Stone. So it's like Sharon Stone meets Carmen Sandiego. Is the best way I can sit there and describe her. Her Princess Editor, she was fun and messy. Now she just baby. Well, you mean when she first came on? Okay, you saying when she first came on, she was fun and messy? What's good, Jonathan? How are you doing tonight? But I mean, are you saying like the first version you consider to be fun and messy? Oh, well, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she appreciates you worrying about her, Ron. Oh, when she took over. Okay, all right. No, yeah, I was just curious. Maybe if he fakes his death, Jonathan. That's what I was thinking of. Okay, okay, Ron. Yeah, I didn't finish reading that. You sound like you might be doing a little bit too much. Um, okay, I will be right back. What's good, Ed? How you doing tonight? Doing good, Ed. I'm doing good. I survived today, and I'm very happy about it. About 3:45 in the morning. Johnson says faking his own death wouldn't work because when everybody thought he was dead, Cyrus tried. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You're 100% correct. And Jason doesn't want to take over the business. Right? Um, they wouldn't give that shit to Christina. I know that much. I don't know. I guess Jenna. I guess poor Charles just become a goddamn cesspool. I can't do that, Ron. Only Cat Lady is for me. Cat Lady's the only woman for me, so can't do that. You know what they say? The heart wants what it wants, right? Maybe, right? I mean, we haven't seen Selena in a hot minute. As says, I called it the flash drive PJ Brown came into play. Johnny pointed the gun, but I don't think. Yeah, yes. Um, it's kind of weird though, right? He, I still don't understand it. Didn't he pull out the flash card before before he got shot? He pulled the okay. You know, at this point, I don't even know. Lisa says maybe they can deal with the WSB's related storylines instead of the mob. They're gonna have to pivot to something. I'll be cool with the WSB stuff though. They're gonna have to do something. So I think that may actually have to be a. I mean, it'll be weird though. No mob stuff for General Hospital. Yeah, they definitely. He was definitely a disappointing story to sit there and say the least. He was definitely a disappointing story. When you found out the real reason for him, the arrest record and everything like that, the thing that what you call it, Curtis essentially sold his soul for. They don't do anything for me, Rob. They don't do anything. They don't interest me. Just to put it, just okay, Christ, they don't do anything for me, Rob. That's the truth from that. They're not. They're just not interesting to me. Yeah, they're just not interesting to me. Unless, yeah, and I thought that she was gonna come in like because the way she marched in or whatever. First, she barges in, she's like, "Well, you need to go home and fix things with your wife." And at first, I was like, "Well, how do you know that? How do you know that Chanel wasn't the problem?" But I guess she must have talked to Chanel and found out or whatever. Um, yeah, that's what happened. Never mind. I thought she was just gonna be really extra, but she wasn't. So Lisa says, "Well, we still don't know what's going on." Well, Professor Dalton, maybe he's an agent undercover. I think that Jocelyn's gonna undercut Emma. I said this in my review, and it still stands because she's not going to get that internship on her work effort alone. So she's going to have to sit there and stand out. The best way of standing out is to undercut what you call it. So yeah, because you know how she is. I guess Rafe already left the show. Like he's already gone. Which only one if kept for AJ. Oh yes, thank you, Ron. Yes. So that's another thing that's going to wind up happening. EJ won the date with Cat. That should be interesting. Thank you, Ron. That was actually pretty. That was actually a good segue. Domex says Entertainment Weekly posted a preview clip of Yonder Gets Tomorrow. They had a write up about it. I think they really wanted this party to be a big deal. Hopefully it will be. Hopefully it'll be good. What's good, Rosemary? Hope all is well with you. Hope you had a good day. Well, here's the thing, Ed. He was stupid when he was talking to Egypt. Egypt, I mean, he was stupid when he talked to Chad. Chad was like, hey, listen, your numbers are really good. You have really good engagement. He was like, oh, well, maybe your brother should get shot more often. And then he's like, what, too soon? I'm like, Leah, what the f- is wrong with you? Like that was a scope even before we got to the Gabby stuff. Like, yeah, that's I knew I forgot. Thank you. I knew I forgot to talk about that. I'm glad to hear that, Rosemary. Glad to hear that. Yeah, it's always a tough thing for me. I guess I love talking about all the soaps. I love what. Here's the thing, and I've said this. Let me keep this 100. Um, I love General Hospital. I do. Right? My show I've been watching since high school. Sometimes, at least lately, General Hospital has been toxic as fuck. Right? Ron says Claire can't compete with Summer. That is hilarious. Duan, you're a jokester. Duan is a jokester. He is Kyrie's jester. So that is funny. Oh shit! I totally forgot about that. Yes, Tommy says Claire's gonna kill Summer. I don't know about that. Tommy, what did you think of the Young and Restless today? What you call is leaving, right? The actress that plays what you call it, uh, Allison. Was good, right? Tommy, you think they're gonna kill off Cole? Cole Howard? Hmm. Oh my God, that's so good. She didn't say. Well, that's true. That's true, Duan. That has to make sense. But yeah. Um. Yeah, she didn't say why on her. What you call it? Have a good night, Ryan. It was great to see you, and hopefully I'll see you in the next stream. You know what? You know what? Summer's going. No, Rosemary. I mean, I'll look into it, and if I find anything, I'll definitely sit there and share that in the next stream. Definitely will, because I want to know too. As says, I agree with your review with Kai and Trina now that they are officially a couple. Both camps will go crazy. Kai going to be here, and we need more to him. So please stop bringing up Spencer. Yeah, because you got the Springer fans that's already losing their shit. You when Spencer comes back, Spencer's gonna come back. I'm like, what? I'm like, part of me just like, I love how I feel like some of these Springer fans have like crystal balls, and they're just like, well, Spencer's gonna come back and he's gonna sit there and save her, and he's gonna get back together with her, and I'm just like, oh, really? How long y'all been sitting there saying that shit for? Yeah, Rosemary, I heard that you're not gonna recast her from what Dominic says. Like I said, I find it hilarious. I find it hilarious, and I stand by that 10 effing toes down. By the way, I was actually on time today too, so I'm very happy about that. Like I said in my review, you know where I stand with that. If he comes back, he comes back. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But I feel like people already having this fan fiction like written in their heads about how it's going to play out. You know the sad thing is though. So Rosemary, she's leaving Friday. She's leaving this Friday. She announced it on her Twitter today. And it's so last minute, but I have to believe on some level that she told the producers way before that because, well, yeah, Duran, there was a portion of the fan base, and they still are there. They're like, they want to train it with a black man. I personally look at it, I'm like, you just need a good character with Trina. Doesn't necessarily have to be black or white or anything like that. You just need a good character with Trina to sit there and bring out the best and maybe even some of the worst tendencies. But you know how it is, Duan. Some people just, oh, goddamn essay, bro. Ron says, I want my cat and EJ being together just to see the look on Belle's face. I forgot, Ron. You love your reaction stuff, right? You love that's what it comes down to, isn't it, Ron? You want to sit there and see the look on Belle's face. Oh, no, Rosemary, she didn't say why she was leaving. She just said that she was going in a different direction. I'll pull it up and tell you what she reads out that reads Jonathan's comment. Dustin says, "What do you think of Gabby and Leo scene? Um, Stupid, cringy, and just like it does start to get kind of annoying a little bit because it's like Leo, I don't understand why you sitting there talking to Gabby like that. Like you know damn well that Gabby practically owns that house, and she can sit there and snap her fingers and kick his ass to the curb. And granted, I don't like the way that Gabby used her position to bully Leo, but it's like Leo, you say dumb shit. You know how upset she was with JJ for accusing her of shooting EJ. And now your dumbass is doing the same thing. Like, it's like you're poking the bear, you're trying to get her upset, and it's like, how do you think that's gonna end? How do you think that's gonna end? But let me take a look. Oh, it was on what you call it. Okay. Oh, he's still gonna be. Oh, wow. Okay. I thought he was. I thought he was leaving the show. Wow. Alex says, "Hey guys, this Friday, May 2nd, will be my last episode on YNR. I love the journey and learn so much, but it's time to grow in a different direction. Very grateful for all the YNL fans who have supported me." So yeah, all she says is that she wants to do something different. Essentially, that's interesting, Jonathan, because he trying to make it seem like, all right, I'm pretty much kind of done with the show. So that's interesting. And be put with Emma because Cameron Spencer used to fight over her. Oh yeah, yeah. No, I listen. I would totally love that. Let's get wink wink. I would totally love that. For like so many different reasons. Summer Numerous not only needs a recast but a rewrite. The character is insufferable. Wink. I know you're gonna be in Kyrie's stream. So I'm gonna just sit there and tell you this now. This was not my original title. Oh, of course, Rosemary. Anytime. Seriously. This was not my original title. I had a different title, but I saw Carice's title and decided to be petty. So that's why this title's here. And I used the exact same thumbnail. I hope he didn't change it. I want him to sit there and keep it the same because, like, exactly. Like, yes, exactly. I was being petty. Damn right. I literally got the exact same thumbnail and everything. Yeah. Ariana says Emma is messy too. Yep. Nope, Joanne, it wasn't. I had a completely, and I might use that for tomorrow. I might use that for tomorrow, maybe, whatever. But also I may also sit there and take the day off tomorrow. I think I may actually take the day off tomorrow. 'Cause I was supposed to take off Tuesday and I didn't. Oh, are they killing off Cole Howard? That was gonna be my original title. Right? Are they killing off Cole? Because you saw how much he was coughing today, and I'm like, are they gonna kill him off? So that was gonna be my original title. But then I saw Kyrie was talking about it in my video, and I saw the title. I was like, yeah, it's time to be Petty Betty. Rosemary said, "Did you see Days of Velocity? What happened on Days today? Do you know?" You mean like a whole synopsis, or like I would just sit there and say, well, I don't know about doing a whole synopsis, but they're pointed to Johnny as a shooter. Kelly, you know I love you. Like, you know I love you. You know I'm petty. Oh, are you? What's that look for? What's that look, my love? What does that look for? I mean, either way, I love you, but Link says maybe Friday tomorrow. Beyond the Gates is back with an anniversary episode. Hmm. But the thing is, Friday I have to be back up at like 3:45. Um, so I don't know. Day off, go. Go be with cat lady. Yeah, I wish. I don't know. Like I said, I feel like tomorrow's probably the perfect day because Friday I gotta get up so early, which I fucking hate with a passion. It says, "What would you like to see happen with Doug's character on days?" Oof, I gotta think about that one for a hot minute. I'm just more like, them bringing back those dogs just seems so extra, you know? Kelly says you get a day off when you're unalive. Ooh, he is so sassy. Tell me what to do. It's actually kind of sexy. Um, hmm. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. What would I want? What would I want to see from days with him? I don't know exactly when she is so bad. But she's actually pretty hot. So Why would he? Oh, never mind. Okay, it took me a second. I was like, okay, never mind. After I finished reading that sentence, Jonathan, I was like, oh, okay. Rosemary says, I don't think that Johnny was the one. No, I don't think it was either. Okay, so now you're also Smith is saying that it's okay. Yes. Okay, so I feel like I should probably do a poll at some point. So Rosemary thinks that, Jonathan thinks that, Ron thinks that. Who the hell has actually said that they thinks that as well? I know it's a fourth person. I'm just gonna include that fourth person. So it's like four people that actually said that. That is little Rachel. And that Kristen will sit there and take the fall for it. Hmm. Yep. Now, Jonathan, just to let you know right now, right up front, okay? Because if you're right, I will give you props for it. If you're wrong, I'm going to be very petty about it. Okay, so we'll sit there and call him number five. But if well, not just you, this is going to be towards Ron and Rosemary and anybody else. I'm going to be somewhat petty. I mean, not an asshole way, but like, more in a like "I told you so" sort of way. Because it's a fictional show, and I can see him becoming a cop. I mean, let's be honest, Ed, he has to do something more than that. He has to do something more than what he's doing right now, though. Exactly, Jonathan. Exactly. Killers are just as petty as those curtain, aka Blanket. This is why she is wifey, okay? Future Mrs. Bostic, right there. That's right. Future Mrs. Bostic. Rosemary says, how many people in the chat thinks Little Rachel? Okay, yes. You know what? Yeah. I'm going to hold it on that one for a second. Well, of course, Jonathan. I'm not going to be an insufferable asshole, but I'm going to be a little petty now. Like, I will be a little bit of a petty now. Be apologizing and man. Oh wow! So wow, Ron. So Ron says, Albert, I'm the I'm the one that brought it up, so you will be apologizing and admitting that I was right about Rachel being the one that Papa Egypt. Wow, I'm gonna apologize. I'll take my L from Ron. Of course, I'll take my L, Jonathan. But apparently, according to Ron, I'm also gonna apologize. Well, I have no idea, Ron. That's him being the cow was before I started watching the show. This mofo literally just sat there and said, "I'm gonna apologize." Ron, you are too funny. But if you're right, that's true, Jonathan. Now, as says, I get that Alexis wants to protect Scout, but I need her to get off her high horse about it, especially because of the stuff Christine. Yes, Ed. Yes. Damn it, Ed. Where was you? Where was you when I was doing my review? I could have been even more insufferable during my review. You know what? Oh, don't worry. I'll make sure I'll be insufferable tomorrow. Thank you, Ed. Thank you, Ed. I appreciate that. What the hell? Exactly. Well, I was like, you know what? Insufferable tomorrow. That's how I was. No, I got you. I got you, Ed, but I appreciate that. Yeah, okay, Mrs. Okay, Mrs. Bostic. Okay, Mrs. Bostic. What's going on? What the, what's going on? Yo, I, it's some weird shit. I'm trying to look it up, but like, I'm literally sitting there trying to look up what to say. No, but seriously though, like, but see, the thing that's just weird though is that I can't even put up, what's his name? JOJ Media. So, okay, what the, yo, what the, yo, yo, what the, oh, there we go. There we go. No more string sniping. It wasn't letting me. Like, it really was not. Won't change block you. No, it wouldn't let me actually type it in though. Yeah, I had to do it. It's so weird though. Like I couldn't. Like, this is what it says. This is literally what it says. And I type in his name. I type in fucking James' name. I'm like, what the hell? Where it says it was just if just few more minutes, folks would have seen another meltdown. I don't do meltdowns, my love. I may do a passionate moment, because it's about you, but I don't do meltdown. I don't. Yeah, she's just joking. That's one of our little jokes that we do. Lisa says Drew and Tracy will take credit for getting rid of Sonny's mob life for Charles when Sonny had plans to get out all along. They actually are helping him, and they don't even know it. Hmm. Okay, where's my music at? Hmm. Maybe what you bought is bugging tonight. They said that no, turn this shit down, bitch. Look at him eating Connie Vinesky's yucky spit. Oh, by the way, Cat Lady, I feel like I need to apologize to you. Yes, I need to apologize to you for what I said yesterday. Um, I mean, I thought it was. I don't know how you took it, but I sat there and I was like, I woke up and I was going to work and I was just like, oh shit, yeah, I don't. Ron says, well, Albert Bossick type. Oh, type in Phoenix. Be interesting if it doesn't come up. Well, it doesn't come up. Good. I was only. Oh wow, thank you, Dad. You called me a glutton. Oh, wow, fake apology. Jesus Christ, Ron. Now, I'm gonna sit there and say it again. You're kind of a terrible wingman. I need you to be better, Ron. What's the matter with you? Yeah, it's. I don't know. I heard that YouTube was acting kind of funky yesterday. So yeah. But I had to go up in Kyrie's stream and you know, anyway, yeah, something like that guy. Kyrie, you stop it. You stop it and you read your other email. Okay. your other email. Uh, yeah, Beyond the Gates is coming back on tomorrow. So I don't know. Like I said, I didn't exactly miss it yesterday and today. Willow should have confronted Drew instead of running out. Drew, you love, won't cheat on you, but he did smash her mom. But Monson stopped her from seeing Michael. There's a lot she don't know. Also, again, the fact that she sat there and said, "Well, I would have never expected you to do that to me." And I'm like, Michael didn't either. So now you know how it feels. And of course, Drew comes to the door at the end, banging like a goddamn drunken nutcase. And yeah, Alexis, yeah, I forgot. Alexis lost her goddamn mind. Kelly says Beyond the Gates is going to be the same next week, so it's hard to get into it. The stories are really going to drag out. What do you mean by that? You mean like they're going to be playing sports throughout the week, and we're not going to see that many episodes of Beyond the Gates like this week? Like there's going to be some. Well, you know what I'm saying. Is that what you mean by that, cat lady? Same day. Oh, okay. All right. Hmm, hmm. Okay. Thank you, cat lady. Ron says, Aber, if when Sophia gets annoyed and Amy push her. Oh, what if Sophia gets annoyed and Amy push her downstairs? Um, I'm not gonna lie, and I know this sounds kind of mean, but I would laugh my ass off at that. Um, but I mean, then she's a terrible mother. Like, I don't understand. Like, and that wouldn't happen because it wouldn't be very Christian like now, would it? It says Portia better stop celebrating because Drew is gonna come. Yes, exactly. I'm like, boy, you do understand, like, you're not out to clear. The only person that's going to truly benefit from this is Nina. And, granted, while I won't sit there and make speculations necessarily, but, like, what if Nina just used you, Portia? What if Nina had this whole thing planned out? She used you because work at General Hospital. She needed the ketamine to sit there and knock or to get Drew extra, like, drunk or whatever. And you're getting something out of this. What is Portia getting? I could have swore she said to Portia that I'll give you some incriminating dirt, we'll take some pictures or whatever, so you can have it to cover your ass. I remember her promising her something. I don't know what it was, but it was something that was going to help even the odds, even the score, whatever, on the blackmail. But you don't have blackmail material, Portia. Okay, because everyone took out their phones, everyone saw what wound up happening. So you don't have anything. So, in what universes is actually work out for you? That's my thing. Hell, I mean, even again, even like Laura, even Laura and Curtis is not there practically like laughing it up and high fiving and shit. There's a point where Curtis is like, if you run for congressman, oh, I'm like, Laura, you barely been a mayor. You've barely been a mayor, and not even a good. You think they're gonna let your dumbass sit there and run? Yeah, exactly. Ron says, why don't you see it as a child using a pawn? I mean, I don't think it's impossible. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't think it's weird that she got that attached to Rachel, grown up Rachel that fast to the point where she's like, well, if I don't get to sit there and see my grandmother, then I'm going to end your existence. Like, I don't see it. I simply don't. But, listen, we do got a new Rachel. She looks like she's a few years older, but she's doing her thing. She's doing her thing, and, yeah. Yeah, this whole Sabrina thing is going to be hilarious to me. Just if they're thinking about the video that I put out, I think last year, it was the Audra Charles video that people got so vexed about. Maybe I should put out another one like that. I don't know if y'all remember, but I put out a video about Audra Charles and how a bunch of women was hating on her. Got people all riled up. So maybe I'll invoke that emotion again. I said Chris and Lord laughing at you as though because people in power done worse and true. That's what I thank you. Ed, I don't understand like what did he actually do that was so career ending. I understand that politicians need to have a certain level of proper decorum or whatever. But the dude was already kind of showing scumbag tendencies. The public knew. At some point the public knew that Drew and Willow were together. And also they knew about the whole Michael affair thing. I'm assuming that they had to know about that. But let's just okay, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just sit there and say they didn't know. What did he do that was so disgusting, that was so despicable that Alexis wanted to run up in there acting like she is Mommy Dearest? He was with a pretty girl. He took shots off. Ooh, scandalous. Like he ain't married to Willow or anything like that. He don't have kids by Willow. So like I don't understand. Like people sit there. The sad thing is, and I'm just I'll sit there and say it. This whole Drew shit has been toxic as hell for a hot minute, right? And personally, listen, I don't mind getting under people's skin. I really don't. But I feel like General Hospital is like forced during this. I mean, you had damn near almost everybody sitting there talking about what Drew did. And what Drew did was like not even the worst thing that a politician can do. You know? Oh, he's coming out as cheating on Willow. I mean, are people gonna sit there and act like they don't know how Drew got with Willow in the first place? That's right, baby girl. That is right. I'm a Drew fan, my love. Um, it'd be weird, but I don't think that he's gonna have like a crazy reaction. I mean, Ron, you do realize that she was like 70 something years old, so I think you would probably think it's a miracle of science, if we're gonna be honest. It also said there was an article speculating that Drew could be shot in disguise. Oh, those articles written by, well, I'm not going to go there, but no love there. Cat, Cat Lady loves me. She fucking loves me. She just playing. She knows I love her too. As says, I'm just tired of every character talking about this man and every episode. I love a character to hate. The love or just hate, but this is the cake. He's not even my favorite. Well, again, like I said, General Hospital is fostering this level of hatred. This level of toxicness, and and that's the thing though. That I mean, listen, I love when people sit there and ask me my opinion on stuff. Um, I just don't know, man. I just don't know. Ed, you're watching Beyond the Gate Star, right? Well, yeah. Um, like I said, that's why when people sit there and say, "Yo, I hate Drew," or "Drew's this," or "Drew's that," I'm just like, "Yep, Drew's the devil." Yeah, I got it. I mean, there's just a lack of emotion in me sometimes. It just starts to get very repetitive. And that's why I love watching the fun survivors because it doesn't have to be every 5 seconds. I hate Drew because of that. Blah 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 blah. Oh my god! And again, just shifting over, you have Trina and Kyle. I feel like, I mean, part of me feels like I should sit there and make a members video if we're gonna be honest. But I have been drinking a lot, and I will blame Cat Lady for that because I love her. And stop fantasizing. I mean, one, I can just do both. Why? Why do I have to sit there and choose one or the other? I could just do both. Same Ed. Same. Well, for me, well, I watched Days. I watched Young and Restless. Johnson says I dislike Drew, but I hated John. He says Jagger. I like. I'm not calling that man Jagger. But I respect your. You call him Jagger. I'm not. I'm not calling him Jagger. I don't know. We got this surgery that's going to be going on this week. Felicia was here. Yeah, I'm just convinced at this point that they just want to keep Felicia on as long as possible, and it doesn't really. It's the sad thing is that it doesn't even really matter on like what the circumstances is. They just want to put Felicia. Because let's be honest, they could have just had anybody play Felicia's part with this whatever advocate that she is. One, I have several. What are you talking about? I have several. Spider Quake says I was mad. What the f when the Beyond the Gates wasn't on. Well, Spider Quake is coming on tomorrow, but the thing is, Cat Lady said that next week it's going to be like that too. Yeah, it'd be cool to sit there and watch it tomorrow. But yeah, next week it's going to be like that as well. Do you think the Supreme Kai will, oh, I like it. Do you think Supreme Kai will be able to play football again? I'm hoping so. Because I'm going to be honest, Jonathan, if he's having some sort of health problems or whatever, or he can't walk or whatever it is, you know it's going to happen, right, Jonathan? Take a wild guess, it's going to happen. Okay, I can't wait. I'm probably going to sit there and tell you anyway. I'll give you a few seconds. Give you a few minutes. What do you think is going to happen? There we go. Yep, there we go. And we'll blame Drew. Yes, exactly. Exactly, Spider. And the thing is, Spider, you know what I would have to do at that point, right? You know what I would have to do, right? We know that the funny thing is, though, Ed, is that unfortunately we don't know what's going on with the actor. We don't know what's going on with his health, right? So yeah, I've been sitting there saying that Felicia has just been a useless character for quite a while. Like she's just been. Oops, my bad. I'm only sitting there saying that because you're here, Spider. But she's just been somewhat of a pointless character for quite a while. Oh, okay. All right. Well, that was the answer. Okay, so let me tell you what my thing is. Tell you my thing. That'd be a hell of a twist, though, Spider. That'd be a hell of a twist. So let me tell you what will want to happen. He has any sort of complications. Trina's gonna start whining, complaining, and bitching that this is Drew's fault. And so me, being the dick that I am, is going to practically drop the hammer on Trina because I'm like, yo, at the end of the day, Drew didn't sit there and put a pew pew to Kai's head. So when she kept sitting there whining, complaining, talking about, well, Drew was well, Drew's involved, or Drew trying, Drew, like she basically snitched saying like Drew is making him do it, or kind of like heavily influenced him to do it. I'm like, girl, you can miss me. So I mean, and it's funny. Like I said, I look at it like with the whole thing with Mac, except for we don't know if she has health problems. I mean, my point is, uh, I've never really been a huge fan of Felicity. She doesn't really. I know from what I know that not every character is going to be fun and burn. So on some level, I don't complain too much about Felicia, but sometimes it's like, girl, they could have sat there and just got somebody else to do exactly what you're doing. Like she used to be a spy. I mean, she used to sit there and be a PI. But of course, General Hospital is too lazy with the budget, so we can't see that. Yes, that is correct, John. Jonathan. Um, Link said knew exactly what you were doing. Well, what was I doing? I kind of did a lot. I was in Kyrie's stream, and what did I do specifically? That is true, Jonathan. Well, it's funny that you say that because Jonathan, the argument, especially from some people that shall not be named, they used to be my stream and is now at Jabot's, is I just repeated what you said. Oh, okay. Um, they have sat there and said that they use the vets too much and they need to sit there and invest in the younger crowd. Especially one person that's a Jabot person. No, Jonathan. Begins with a J. Oh, no, begins with a J, and it's one of the people that's in that person's stream because they used to be in my stream. I guess I was too mean to Carly or Joss or Carly and Joss. Yeah, you know. I mean, damn, this whole chat knows what I'm talking about, but still, it's a hard determination as far as like how long, but so I wouldn't even sit there and try to guess that. But I will sit there and say that Chanel was definitely coming across as selfish as hell. You know? Like you said, and I said, Johnny um, springing this on her in the last minute was definitely that. You practically blindsided her, and she had to sit there and kind of pick up the pieces when those two came over. So that was wrong, and it was weeks there, and you still chose to not say. It's like you didn't learn a damn thing from your little affair or whatever with George, and now you're out there doing the same thing. So on some level, I can understand that, but I'm like Chanel, you know, this ain't all about you. You know? Well, that's the thing, though, Jonathan. Okay, Johnson says Chanel makes it seem like she's not able to have a baby on her own. Well, she was. Kayla advised her for the first few months or whatever not to do it because she still has something where if she would have actually had a child, um, she might have had a miscarriage. So I understood that part. I understood that she didn't want to sit there and have one on her own because medically it wasn't a good idea. But she can also just adopt. And my whole thing is like, how you gonna sit there and start trying to tell this man how to feel, and then sit there and insist like, well, what about what I want? So you want a child and he just supposed to yeah, that you want a child and he just supposed to sit there and just take it? What's the rush? Why does she have to adopt? Right? Exactly. Exactly. I'm like, bro, you doing too much. And now you're just being selfish as shit. So it's making it very difficult for me to have any sort of sympathy. That's my thing. I feel like Molly did the same thing. Molly did this. I gotta think about that shit for a hot minute. It's hard to sit there and say that though, Wayne, because I remember there was a point where she didn't even actually want to have kids. So I think her journey was a little bit different. Um, Autumn says Carter annoyed me today, Albert. I'm like, here we go, Carter out here whining the simp award, talking about how he wants hold back. I'm like, Carter, hold through Liam in your face. Thank you, Autumn. I'm like, bro, you know my rule. If she's hot, then she is definitely okay to simp for her. But just in general, I'm like, bro, here's the thing. Somebody said if somebody shows you who they are, you believe them. Okay. She didn't give a damn about you. She didn't care about your feelings. She didn't respect your feelings. She didn't respect you. She showed you her true colors, and your dumbass is they talking about, yeah, me and her could sit there and still have a chance. Bro, what the hell is the matter with you? Like, do you just not value yourself as a human being at this point? Molly could have proceeds at her intermediate. Okay, I'm not gonna pause. She wanted a baby right there and then, so she rushed into the surgery. In, Intrametrial soka. Wow. They gotta sit there and pronounce it so. No, I can't say that. I can't. I don't. I can't sit there and think of a scenario where it would work. I just wanted to happen. I can't think of a scenario off the top of my head about how I want the truth to be exposed. I would just be. Well, it's not dumb. Well, it's not dumb and it's not lazy. And we've seen lazy before, as so you know what I'm. You have an idea what I'm talking about. But no matter when it comes, it's going to be amazing. All that judgy stuff that she's been doing since I've been watching the show, she's gonna definitely sit there and get her comeuppance, and it's going to be amazing. So I'm just like overhearing someone talking about it. Like exactly, yeah, that is lazy. Yes, you are correct about that. Damn. Yeah, but I would sit there and say like I wouldn't sit there and necessarily like how would it happen. Just that it does happen and doesn't take too long for it to happen. Somebody was in the chat and he was here yesterday. I don't know why they won't choose Claire over her. You don't know? Okay. Sean says, however, Allison is talented. I don't know why they choose Claire over her. Claire's new. You need something new and fresh. So yeah, it definitely makes sense. Alice says I do it and it involves someone pregnancy. Who's this someone? I mean, if you don't want to share it, that's fine, and we'll get closer. But I'm just curious. Yeah, it would definitely be shitty. Damn, I feel like I had something. Oh, fuck it. Maybe I'll sit there and say it in the next. No, I'll say it. I'll say it. So we watch these shows, right? And Samuel was in the chat yesterday, and one of the things he said was that people don't know how to watch soap operas, or they're watching it in the wrong way. And while I do think that Samuel is a very critical thinking person, I'm also just like, that's a lot of logic. How Sasha being pregnant with James. What about okay? What is I don't I don't get it. Well, it's very easy to sit there and tell people like, and on some level, I did agree with what he was saying because episodes can be, but most people are very emotional. So if they don't like something, they don't tend to sit there and stick around and watch it. So while he has sat there and said that's how soap operas played out in the olden days, maybe they need to sit there and kind of catch up to the current timeline about what people want, their expectations, and to make sure that they don't get bored. No, I get that, but you were saying your original sentence was, Robert, how would you want Xander to find out about Sasha and Maggie? And you want that to say, I do, and it involves someone pregnancy. So I don't get it. It feels it's like you're talking about two different shows. But I don't understand. Allison is talented. I don't know why they choose Claire over her. Oh, yeah, no, like I said, she's no. Ed says, I'm answering your question about Lazy Right. Okay. Oh, I got you. Okay. You meant to say, like, if they would sit there and write it, like, when it's okay. Yeah, something like that. Like, something similar to how it was written on GH, right? It didn't feel like it was forced or lazy. Somebody just walked past it. I got it. No, no, it's fine. I want to make sure I was able to answer the question correctly. That's all. But I'm gonna end the stream here. End the stream here. It was a long day, and I'm actually starting to get kind of tired. But most likely, I'll be back on Friday. I think I want to take the day off. If I change my mind, I'll let people know in the chat, in the videos, and I'll definitely let people know the post time. So check the post. The you let people know if anything changes. Johnson says, during the next time for another edition of Soul Chopper Apple Plastic. Thank you, Jonathan and Michael Baldwin. My Victor Newman. Have a night, Ed. Have a night, Quiet Guy. Johnson says, good night, everyone. Hit the like button. Thank you, Jonathan. Cat Lady, the love of my life. I appreciate with every fiber of my being. I love her. Have a night, Black Mom. Cat Lady says, good night. Gorgeous goddess. Have a night, Janet. Have a night, Queen Janet. Have a night, Queen of the South. Have a night, Ronnie Ron. Anybody else? And it was good to see you, Quiet Guy, but I guess we don't get to talk to you that much because, you're being more quiet. All right, that's enough for the crunchy jokes, but I will sit there and see you on the next stream. Laters.